Believe it or not, Georgians' military families are struggling. Georgia has 72,000 active duty service members and more than 750,000 veterans. But too many of those veterans and military families struggle to pay their utility bills and keep their homes warm through the winter. United Military Care, a nonprofit organization, is committed to providing for and strengthening military families. And Kim Scofie is the president of that organization that's here on the show today. And she's teamed up with SCANA to raise money for military families. And Simone McKinney with SCANA is here. And before we get started, thank you for both being on the show. Let's clarify something. We said right before the break that we were actually going to, you guys were helping to keep the lights on. But the fact of the matter is you're keeping homes warm.
That's
with
right.
gas, right?
That's right. Good catch. Thank you.
Great. So tell me about this joint program that you guys have and what you guys are doing for these families.
Well, United Military Care was just so excited to get a call from SCANA, one of the leading gas providers in our community and in our state, and they said they really wanted to make sure that our veterans and military families were taken care of. They reached out to us to work out a program whereby if someone is a veteran or military family and they're struggling to stay warm when we get these cold days in Atlanta, they have given us a grant of money to help pay those bills for them. They also have a program where it's for military only, a very special rate that will help them lower their bills.
And so did you guys decide that this was necessary because there are so many families, that military families specifically, that are in this situation? Do you know? I mean, is it more than we imagine?
We have so many families who daily make the decision between heating their home or feeding their families. Paying their utility bills, and that's too much to ask. I mean, we've spent a fortune sending them to war. The least we could do is take care of them when they come home.
That's a good point. And so how long have you guys been doing this together as far as helping these families?
Well, SCANA, we've worked together since the fall in creating the program and getting the word out, and we look forward to a long partnership together.
So this is brand new. So how do you go about it if you're a military family and you're interested in inquiring about whether you qualify?
Well, there's a couple of ways. If you need assistance in paying your bill, you can give us a call or go to our website, unitedmilitarycare.org. If you're interested in a special rate and programs specifically for the military or veterans,
give us a call at SCANA Energy, and we'll be glad to help out. We have, as Kim said, we introduced a military rate to the natural gas market in Georgia last September, and this discount is for all active, reserve, retired, disabled military members and veterans or their spouses or partners.
So Simone, obviously, if a military family approaches you, then you guys just check their credentials, right? And if they fit the bill, then they are eligible for this program.
That's correct. Yes, just their military ID number is really all we need.
Wow.
So give us a call at 1-877-467-2262, and that's all that's really necessary. Yes.
Yeah, so SCANA has really taken a part in trying to get involved in the community and give back, it sounds like.
That's right. At SCANA Energy, one of our core values is serving our communities, and this is one of the ways in which we do this. We not only provide natural gas to close to 500,000 homes and businesses across the state, but we also would like to give back in the areas where we serve.
Now, Kim, how many calls do you get? I mean, I know this is just getting started, but how many people have been calling, inquiring about this?
well, once the initial word went out, we probably were averaging 3 to 4 every couple of days. Now that the word's out, we're averaging 10 to 15 a week.
Wow.
That are calling for help, and that's all over the state.
What kind of feedback are you getting from these military families?
Well, we just, Simone and I had the pleasure of working with a veteran here recently who had been without gas for a long period of time. She was disabled, and a recent veteran, and thanks to SCANA and their goodwill and hard work, we were able to get her set up, and she didn't have to make that decision between feeding herself and her family or staying warm.
Yeah, like you said, the sacrifices that they make, it's the least you could do, to help them in situations where they might not have gas at all. I mean, it's just stunning that there are so many that come back from their tour of duty and are in this situation. And I assume we're talking about heating homes. This probably warms your hearts, to know that you're helping. And I'm sure you hear from these families. What do they tell you when you step in and make a difference?
We've had everything from tears to complete silence to I can't believe you did this for our family, and my children aren't going to bed in double pajamas and extra blankets. It is heartwarming. Our partnership is warming the homes, but we are warming the hearts, and we encourage every person seeing this to get out there and warm somebody's heart.
That's great. How many families have you helped thus far, do you know?
I think the last total we were at was about 48 families.
Wow. That's just terrific. And so SCANA, let's talk about this, Simone, because I see here in our notes that SCANA Energy is starting a special fund.
Yes.
Can you explain what that is and what that means?
Sure. So Kim and I came up with a plan to start a special utility assistance fund.
Okay.
And so we have donated $5,000, and we are going to match for every dollar above $5,000 up to $10,000 through next month. And so people can log on to unitedmilitarycare.org and make a donation.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
And this goes on, you said, through February,
That's
right?
right.
Okay. And so that's how people can help out if they're not, a military family. They can still get involved and really make a difference and say thank you.
Absolutely, yes.
To these men and
our
women.
customers too. We have just produced a bill insert that has gone out to our customers, and if they would like to donate, we'd love to have them help out as well.
And what does it say here? This is in the bill that they might get each month?
That's right. Don't leave our heroes out in the cold this winter.
Cool.
And how they can log on and make that donation.
And it's got your website on there, which
That's
is
right,
really nice.
UnitedMilitaryCare.org.
That's just great.
Yeah.
And so what do you guys see in the future? I mean, you're just really beginning to build this here and this partnership. Do you have any bigger plans in mind or long-term goals that...
Long-term goals, I think, looking at in long-term being at least a year, looking out further than that, the military and veterans, the trends, they change so much. I would say that at least 25 to 30% of the veterans or military families that were once cold can go through a warm winter. It's not just a feel-good, it's also a safety issue. We have so many families that resort to using the oven and so forth. So this is a great opportunity to help them be safe and stay warm.
Kim, Simone, thank you so much. This is great what
you.
you're doing for these families, and I know that they appreciate it, and we all do. Thanks for being on the show. And stay with us. We'll be back right after this to wrap up this week's show.